My first business that I started almost turned me off from entrepreneurship altogether. I started a clothing reselling, flipping type of business with one of my good friends back in high school. We started it with about $800 to our name. And through our first 5, 10, 12 purchases, we were doing well. We had some good profitable flips, selling Yeezys, Jordans. We were working with a guy who had a bot who was helping us get these shoes, get these clothings kind of at launch or at drop. And then we found a great steal on eBay for a black Supreme box logo sweater in brand new dead stock condition, still in the packaging. And it was a good price. We negotiated with the seller. We got it down to, at that point, I think it was like $700, which was like half of all the money that our business had. And we started with 800. So it was over all of our profit. And we said, let's do it. Fuck it. We bought it. It came in. It was fake. And at this point, eBay didn't have the same return policies and coverages that it does now. And purchasing that fake box logo almost had us shut down our entire business. And I truly believe if we would have shut down our entire business, I may have been turned off from entrepreneurship altogether for the rest of my life. And it's a crazy thing to say because now I sit here talking to you, being able to say genuinely that I am running businesses that are generating me over $20K a month in profit, working for myself, working on my own schedule, having the lifestyle that I want, being able to travel, being able to spend time with the people that I love, prioritize the things that are actually important to me. And I was truly one bad decision away from being turned off from entrepreneurship forever. And if you're watching this video, take a real inventory of yourself and realize how many things in your life you have let yourself be turned off from because of one bad decision, right? There's probably an insane amount of things. There are so many people that I know that will never buy an online course or program again because they got burned once. That will never try entrepreneurship again because they failed once. That will never love and open up and trust someone again because they got cheated on once. There are so many things in your life that you are allowing one bad decision, one bad apple, one bad moment to deprive you of for the rest of your life. And that is the saddest way to go about living. There is no worse way to live than a life that is marked by just burns and scars that you will never let heal and you will never try again. And you just hold yourself back from how beautiful everything could be if you are willing to give yourself the grace and the confidence and the internal support to try again in these moments where things get difficult. If you are not willing to try a second time, a third time, a fourth time, a fifth time, you will never be successful. The average successful startup founder has failed like 6 or 7 times and is in their 30s. If you're 25 years old, if you're 20 years old, if you're 17 years old watching this and you tried once and you failed, you tried twice and you failed, of course you did. Of course you tried once and failed, tried twice and failed. It is the very, very small percentage of people, the anomalies of the world that avoid those initial heartbreaks and failures and losses. The rest of us learn by failing, learn by doing, by screwing it up and going back and getting it right the second time. And there's no substitute for experience. There's no substitute for trying, failing, learning, and trying again. My life could have been completely different if I decided to let one thing discourage me, if I decided to let an injury end my pro career or end my playing career before I even gave myself a chance to go pro, if I decided to let a fake hoodie stifle my entrepreneurial spirit and kill my joy for enterprise and my joy for doing something for myself and building something. All of that could have ended just as easily as it began. Same thing could be said for social media. My first 3 attempts at doing social media fizzled out, whether I didn't get the traction that I wanted, whether I wasn't getting the likes, the views, or I didn't have the time, or I didn't have the know-how of how to put content out and what people wanted to hear. All of these things could have been ended and my life would have been completely different. I would not be talking to you right now. I would not have the businesses that I had. I would not have the life experience, the success, the achievement that I have had if I was someone who decided when the going got tough, I was just going to quit. And that is the greatest disservice you can do for yourself. So if you are someone who has wanted to get into entrepreneurship or has tried and failed, or you're just scared of failing, expect that the road will not be linear. It will not be straight up and onwards to glory. But because it is difficult, the victory, the prize at the end of the line is even more worth it, and there is even less competition. If you can show up and get through the first 1, 2, 3, 4 failures, you will outperform 95% of people. And if you can get through the first 10 failures, you will outperform the top or the bottom 99.9% of people. It isn't that difficult, but it's hard enough that it weeds everyone out. And if you want to be a winner in anything you do in life, all you have to do is keep showing up. Be consistent. Don't be discouraged by failure. Lean into it and allow it to become the catalyst and the knowledge and experience that actually propels you forward into a way greater success than you ever could have had if you just were on this slow linear upswing that you think you want, but you don't know is not the right thing for you.